The weather this weekend will be the most impactful in many weeks. It's been pretty easy winter lately in the inland Northwest so far.
Yeah, no doubt. Meteorologist Matt Gray found a way to show you just how good we've had it this season and what mild winters of the past can teach us about what could come before spring. Matt.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Derek. At some point, we've all gone through, this feels like the worst weather in a long time. You know, you've thought that as you've been shoveling snow, or in the case of this winter, you've probably been thinking exactly the opposite. Well, scientists at Purdue University in Indiana, they've got a system that's going to satisfy that curiosity. It's called the Accumulated Winter Season Severity Index, but you know what? Let's just call it the Winter Index because this is complicated. Think about it like a game of basketball. Temperatures below 32 degrees, measurable snowfall, and the depth of the snow on the ground each day. They're assigned points. Those points accumulate as the winter goes on, and then the score can be compared to other years in the climate record, and it gives you a kind of a one-number look at what this winter was like. So that brings us to this year. In Spokane, that black line on the bottom of your screen, this winter, the mildest in the past 10 years and one of the mildest in the 75-year record used by Purdue to kind of put this index together. Now, if we had used the 10 most similar years to this year on that record to project what might happen for the rest of the season, well, I tell you what, we get some interesting results. Now, most of the projections do what you would expect, continuing those mild conditions for the rest of the season. But I am more interested in some of those lines at the top of your screen. In these years, 1989 to 90, 93 to 94, and the winter of 2018 to 2019. In each of these years, well over 40% of the snow for the entire season came in February or later. The average is around 25%. And the coldest temperatures of the season, guess what? They also came during February, during these winters. Now, of course, at this point, you're probably asking, well, why should I care about that? Well, let's take a look at what's coming up for the month of February. We've been talking about this for weeks, that we may have a backloaded winter. It's not just the snow and the rain and the potential for cold weather in the near term, but the medium term. And for the next perhaps 3 or 4 weeks out, there's a good chance for colder weather and wetter weather as well in the Pacific Northwest, and that is the bulk of the month of February. Like I said, we have talked a lot over the past month about a backloaded winter being a possibility, and I'm looking at all of our evidence today, it looks more likely than ever.